What is up, my trader homies? It's your boy Kevin from Touchdown Trades coming at you guys 30 floors below my kitchen in the Touchdown Trades trading bunker. Today we're going to be talking about American Airlines stock, which has plummeted recently from highs of $24, trading today lower than $13 per share. So should we buy American Airlines stock right now? Is it safe to trade? I'm thinking about taking American Airlines stock for a ride on a swing trade over the next couple of weeks. And today we're going to analyze the stock chart, American Airlines stock chart. We're going to break down the technical analysis, and I'm going to share with you guys my thesis on a possible swing trade in American Airlines. So let's quit wasting time, jump into the charts, cue the intro. Alright guys, so this chart looks very similar to a lot of other charts in the travel industry and the hospitality industry, right? So you get the pre-Roni levels over here. We had a nice little uptrend going on, and then February, March is when the destruction happened. The beer virus shows its face, and then we have the sell-off of the overall market. We have the basing out and hitting lows of around $8.25. So we have lows down here, and this consolidation takes place over the course of the next 2-3 months, April, May, June, and then we finally get a breakout of the downward trend, and what happens is a move, an explosion in just a few days up to $23.50 a share. So what's happened since then to cause this gigantic sell-off back down, and then we get a little bit of a dead cat bounce, and then just a straight plummet back down to $12? Well, we have new fears of the coronavirus, right? So the coronavirus is starting to spike all over the country. It's starting to spike back up. We have record amount of cases, but we also have more testing. So that's something to think about. Sure, we're going to have more cases that people go in to get elective surgeries that are now going back on again, and they get tested as people go back to work, and they get tested in order to be allowed to go back to work. So as more tests are going to be coming out, we're going to have more cases. The more testing is a correlation with more cases. That's just going to happen. We also have news that American Airlines is struggling, even considering bankruptcy, and if there's a ban on travel from Europe to the United States, that is not going to help the situation anymore as well, and that has spooked investors a little bit as well. So we also have rumors that the rebound for the airline industry is not going to be as fast or quick as other hospitality and industries such as like retail and commerce. Online sales aren't going to be hurt as bad as the airlines industry. So all that put together has kind of created a panic selling at American Airlines. And if we dive that into a 1-hour chart, we can see the move up, and then these retail investors who didn't take profits on the way up like they should have if they were smart are panicking out of their positions, creating this huge sell-off back down. Okay, so let's dive into the chart and break this down, looking for the swing trade that we're going to be taking. So we have a very valid level at 1350. We'll map that out. So this 1350 level has been tested several times and has been rejected. And once we finally, so we get one test, two tests, didn't make it back up, and then once we get the breakthrough 1350, we get the explosive move up to 2350, and then we get the wash back through. And we're actually retesting that 1350 level today. So if we dive into a faster time frame, let's check out the 15-minute chart, and I'll show you why I like American Airlines for a swing trade. So we were in a downward trend. Pretty obvious that we were in a downward trend, and today we have broken out of that trend. So this morning we had a spike we had a quick panic sell lower. We broke out of the trend. We held the trend line, and now we're trading higher. And what I'm looking for is a little bit of a pullback back down towards 1280 or so. And I'm going to look to accumulate a position. I'm going to be buying the stock, but the American Airlines options chain is very liquid. So we could either trade it via stock, like I'm going to do, or you could trade it via these July contracts, which are the safer. You don't want to trade the weekly contracts because the volume is trash on those. So stay with the monthly contracts, and you can see they trade good volume. I would probably go with these $13 contracts right here. They're trading for $1.50. So you need a pretty quick move in the next 2 weeks or so in order for those contracts to work out for you. So you have two options: trade the stock or trade the options. Okay, so another thing we need to keep in mind about this trade is we need the overall market to be in our favor, and I do like the looks of the overall market at current levels. Okay, so we had the rejection of this 325 level, the sell-off last week, and then we had another sell-off yesterday, the gap down, the sell-off, and we're kind of shaking it off today. But what it is kind of starting to look like is a bull flag, right? So let's draw that out. We get the flag, and you have the pull up. So it's starting to look like a bull flag. So I like the looks of the overall market. We are going to need the overall market to help us out in this American Airlines trade, as American Airlines is going to be trading lockstep with the market with a very high beta. And what that means is if the market's up 3% on the day, American Airlines could be up 6% on the day. But if the market's down 3% on the day, the American Airlines could be down 6% on the day, because the airline industry is very, very shook right now, right? So my risk on this trade is going to be back down here at this pivot where we have two touches. You get a touch here, and then we know this is a valid pivot because we have several interactions with it. You get the one touch, and then you get the breakthrough, the move up, and then we had the support it held yesterday in pre-market trading, or today in pre-market trading, and that is going to be the 1220 level. So 1220 is going to be my risk. I'm going to be looking for an average price of 1280. My first profit target is going to be right before 14, around $13.80, and I will hold on to some of that position for a move over 14 back towards $14.50, $15, and even $16. But I'll be definitely peeling off profits along the way. This is a classic example. This move here is a classic example of why you need to peel off profits along the way. Because if you don't, look at this move. It looks strong as strong is, right? It's parabolic. But if you don't take your profit, you get stuck in this and you end up panic selling out for half of the profit that you should have had. So that's my trade idea in American Airlines. I think it's a pretty safe trade, as we have a 2-to-1 profit risk to reward ratio on there. And that's going to do it for me today. I'll catch y'all in the next video. I appreciate the view. Make sure you hit that like button and hit the subscribe button for me. Peace.
Drop.